Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Brant Fowler, and this is Only Good Comics. So let's talk about something. This time we're going to be talking about Inferno Girl Red by Matt Groom and Erica D'Urso. This is an Image comic series that was launched on Kickstarter as a graphic novel and broken up into 3 parts, and the 3rd part just recently came out, so now the entire volume 1 is out in single issue form. I'll take these out so you can see the covers. This is book 1. It's the cover that I got. Really cool. Beautiful art on these covers, really cool variant covers as well. I don't remember who the artists on the ones that I got were. I just got the ones that looked really cool to me. So this is book 2. And went a little bit different for the last one. And got that one for book 3. So Inferno Girl Red is the story of Anna and Cassia Costa. Anna being the mom and Cassia being the daughter, and they are moving back to where Anna is from, Apex City, which is like a hub that's known for progress. They do a lot of cool progressive kind of research and that kind of thing, and they're trying to like build towards a utopia. And Cassia is going to this university that's kind of like that, where they encourage free thought, and it's for people that are trying to do smart things in the world and positive things in the world and that kind of thing. So as they get back there though, Cassia is she gets this bracelet, this dragon bracelet, latched onto her, and suddenly it transforms her into Inferno Girl Red, which is a character that she knew about. By the way, cool back cover there. That she knew about from her mom's stories, because her mom knew the original Inferno Girl Red when she used to live in Apex City, and has some kind of connection, some kind of relationship with Inferno Girl Red. Throughout book 1, you kind of get the impression that maybe her mom was Inferno. I'm just gonna call her IG. IG, because that's the nickname that they call her in the book. And throughout the course of it, you find out whether that's true or not, or who IG actually is. If it's not her, I'm not going to spoil that for you, obviously. But it's a really cool story, because now her daughter has this ability and everything, and her mom knows all about it, and she can help her out. But Cassia doesn't want anything to do with it. She just wants to be a normal kid. But the reason it attached itself to her is because this demon cult basically encapsulated the city and tore it out of the universe and put it in like this pocket dimension or whatever. And so now they are like separated from everything, and IG is the only one that can kind of save the day. So reluctantly, Cassia has to kind of step up and become the hero that she never really wanted to be. So it's a really interesting story, and it's part of the Massiverse, which, if you're not familiar with the Massiverse, is Radiant Black, Radiant Pink, Radiant Red, Rogue Sun, and I think, is that it? I think, and No One, that just came out. Those are all Massiverse books, and this also takes place in the Massiverse. So we will see these characters crossover. I'll show you some of the art. There's each one. Beautiful art. Hopefully it shows through on the camera there. There's some of those creatures that are starting to bleed in as they're on their way to Apex City, and they don't know about this yet. I think this is like a flashback as she's telling her story. Dragon Blast, the original Inferno Girl, and yeah, there's the beautiful Apex City. So I won't show you too much. I don't want to spoil anything, but that's just like the opening sequence. There's part of the campus, I believe. And so, yeah, the interesting thing about this, and this was the one nitpick I had when the books were coming out, and we talked about it on Comic Book Weekly, was that because it was originally a graphic novel, the breaks aren't quite as natural, but when they published through Image, they decided to break it up into 3 parts. And it's so the first part took me a little bit to get into it because of the way that it was broken up. And Mike and Kat really enjoyed the first issue, and then the second, third, I started to really enjoy it and really get into it. And by the end of the whole thing, I really loved the story. So as a complete story, I highly recommend this because it's a really cool story. So basically, and I'm just going to show, there she is with the bracelet. This is towards the end of book 1, but I don't want to spoil it too much. Even though it's been out for a little bit now, a couple months. But it's a really neat story. There's a cool look at Cassia as IG. It's a really cool story of Cassia kind of having to face her fears, because she comes into the school kind of as an outsider, a new person to the place, and she's trying to get a feel for it and everything, and fill out everybody around her. And then all this chaos breaks out, and it turns her world completely upside down, which was already upside down, and that's why they were moving back there in the first place. And now she's got to adjust to even more outside forces that are kind of controlling her life and taking her over. And again, she's reluctantly thrust into this, and she tries to get the bracelet off and struggles with having to do this and not really having a choice. And by the end of it, though, she's kind of accepted the responsibility and understood that nobody else is going to step up. This thing has, for whatever reason, imprinted upon her, connected with her, found something in her that she didn't even know she possessed, which was this heroic, noble ability to step up and kind of take charge and do what she needs to do. And when people that she cares about, even new people that she's just met, start being put in danger, it really kind of flips the switch for her, and she's just like, okay, I'm gonna handle this. And at first, she's like stumbling over it and trying to learn how to do it and everything, and she's struggling with it. But by the end, she has kind of figured out the parts of her inner self that will bring out this ability. It's kind of a recurring theme throughout the massive verse, with in the Radiant books and in Rogue Sun. It's always about this journey of pulling that deepest inner part out of you that you don't know that you actually possess, and becoming this unlikely hero. And that's the common thread throughout excuse me, this entire universe. And there's a cool look at a villain from book 3. And it's a really powerful story once you put it all together and read it together, which I do highly recommend. Get all 3 of these, read them back to back, and get that complete story if you weren't fortunate enough, like myself, to not get it on Kickstarter. Then that's the best way I recommend to read it, is to get all 3 and read them back to back, because you'll get that complete story. The breaks, well, you won't really have them because you'll be going from one to the next, and it's going to be a nice cohesive story. But it reads really smoothly. They are longer books because, again, it was a graphic novel split into 3, so it's longer than your standard single issue. I mean, it's got a spine, so it's a little bit thicker. So it could be a little daunting, a little bit intimidating, but it actually reads really smoothly, because the story just moves along at a nice clip. It's got a nice pacing to it, because even though you're starting off in that car ride as they're heading there, and you're kind of getting a backstory in a neat, creative way. You're getting introduced to all these characters, but once it kicks into the chaos breaking loose and all the action and everything, then the pace really picks up, and it ebbs and flows like it needs to kind of keep you engaged in the story. So it's not, slow and then really quick all the way through. It does that nice balance throughout the entire series. And and it's just the first volume. There's more of this to come. So it is a complete story. Book 1 through 3, you get a complete story, beginning, middle, and end, but it leaves it open for the future volumes, which we are going to get, because again, it's part of an ongoing multiverse. Well, not multiverse, but a universe. What's the word I'm looking for? A unified universe. That doesn't make any sense. A cohesive universe. Shared universe, that's the word. Man, simple word, and I could not think of it. A shared universe that connects all these books, even though they take place in different locations, they are going to come together for this big event that's coming up. And one other cool thing about the third book is you get this bonus story that's in black and white that kind of tells a story from back when Anna was in Apex City originally, helping, out in her way. She's a reporter with the IG stuff, whether, well, you'll have to read it to find out, but it was cool to get that little flashback story and differentiated by the black and white as well, so you know that it takes place in the past. So, like I said, I'm a big fan of the Massiveverse. I love all the books in it. Some I like more than others. Dead Lucky was another one. Radiant Black is my favorite. It's currently my favorite book on the stands right now. I love it, and it's like, for me, it's and I think that might have been the first video I did on this channel, was volume 1 of Radiant Black. It's what I'm missing from not having Invincible in my life, and now we have this entire shared universe that is expanding to more and more characters all the time. And Rogue Sun is good. Some of the other books are good as well. No one, that's another thing. They are, most of them are like completely different types of stories, completely different types of characters, environments. Radiant Black is more like hey, this was a dude that was a writer trying to make it in Hollywood and had to move back to Illinois. And then in like Rogue Sun, you've got this dude that lost his dad. He's a high schooler, and he's kind of a bad boy, and just kind of a slacker, and now he's trying to step up, and all kinds of different characters. One was a thief, one was an army vet or a military vet, and now you have Cassia, who is an intelligent young woman that is trying to start her life on the right path and gets pulled into all the superheroics and demons and all this crazy stuff. So you have a lot of interesting characters throughout this massive verse that once they continue to flesh all these out and they start to connect them and we get this larger story, I think it's going to make this world even richer. So I highly recommend checking out Inferno Girl Red because it's fun, and the art is gorgeous, and it's really bright and vibrant, and the action scenes are big and bold and pop right in your face. The storytelling is solid. Like I said, the flow is really nice, and I think this is a really good read. So check out Inferno Girl Red, and that is hard for me to say for some reason. Inferno Girl Red, I'll say it really slow so I can get it out there. All 3 books are now available from Image Comics. Go check it out at your local shop or order online today, whatever you want to do. And let me know what you think about it. Let me know if you've read it already, or if you check it out based on this video. Let me know what you thought of Inferno Girl. Man, I'm not even going to try to say that. IGR. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. And I would love to discuss it more in depth once you've read it. So yeah, that's it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss any content on the channel, and you can follow me across social media at Only Good Comics. And until next time, thanks for watching, and join me again as we talk about only good comics. Take care. Bye.